Hi everyone, welcome to the last episode of Let's Play Chicken Little, and this is one of the few times in this run where I wish that I wasn't speeding up these movie clips because, well, for one thing, it's the last one of the game, so I feel like people want to see it, and also because, sorry for hitting my mic there, this part's funny. This part of the movie is a part that I really like. It's also a part that mystified me as a child because it is the part of the movie that I never got to see when I saw this movie in theaters. I'm pretty certain that earlier in this run I mentioned that the theater fucked up when I went to see this movie, which, by the way, we actually just passed, I believe, the 15th anniversary of this movie on November 4th. I think it came out on November 4th, 2005, but I'd have to check that. And yeah, I saw it that weekend, I think. Or I may have seen it like Thanksgiving week. But I saw it with my mom, and I guess I would have been 8 years old at that time. And, yeah. It actually fucked up twice. The first time, somebody pulled the fire alarm, like a kid prankingly, as an epic prank, pulled the fire alarm, and so we all had to go out of the theater and wait in the lobby, and then they were like, it's fine, you can all go back in. Or not wait in the lobby, wait outside, rather. And they're like, yeah, you can go back in. And that was just during the trailers, so then they started the trailers over again, then the movie started, and the movie was fine the entire time, and then we got to the beginning of this scene that you just saw sped up at the beginning. With the alien parents, one of them voiced by Fred Willard, rest in peace, and like suddenly the screen just went black while the alien dad was talking, and I believe like the power went out or something, but it fucked up, and then everyone was angry in the lobby. I guess it happened to everybody because they all went in the lobby and were complaining and wanted a refund, and they did not give us one. And I don't think I ever actually said what happened when I mentioned that, so if I didn't, that's what happened. And if I already explained this, then, well, now you get to hear that riveting story twice. And how the fuck did I miss that card? That was ridiculous. Yeah, I only get 4 out of the 5 cards, even though I was certain that I was touching that one, but whatever. My sense of perspective in this level is a little weird. Anyway, this is the last actual level. This game is a little weird to have just like 2 little bonus level things after the final boss, but it's cool, it's neat, and yeah, this is taking place in the movie that they make about Chicken Little in the movie, which where he plays Ace, and Abby is sexy instead of ugly like she is in the movie, and Runt is a big military boy, and Fish can talk and all that jazz. And yeah, I remember when I got the movie on DVD for my birthday, and then I watched that scene at the end, and I saw how it ended, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. It has a really great needle drop, too, of, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. It's a funny scene. Chicken Little, the movie, is a little bit hit or miss for me in terms of its jokes, and a lot of its jokes were in its trailers, and like the "oh snap" line, which is repeated a couple of times, that I mentioned earlier when they said it, that was like in all the trailers, and like it was a big thing, and they were trying to make it a thing and whatnot, and it never caught on or, you know, became as iconic as I feel like they were hoping it would be. Plus they kind of aped it from That's So Raven, like Raven Simone had already been doing that. But, yeah, this is the level that has the music that sounds exactly like the Star Wars theme. And luckily I talked over all of it so that you can't hear. But just trust me, take my word for it. You may be able to hear it a little bit under me, and you can just fucking look up the music. But yeah, it sounds exactly like the Star Wars thing. It feels very Rogue Squadron-y, as I've already said. And yeah, here is, you know, the final shot of the movie just made into video game. I still hate Buck. He's still a fucking asshole. They should call him Buck Fuck Face. Evan Butenmuller. That's a cool name. I didn't look at any of these names when I was recording this. Adam Kobabe. Virginia Critchfield and Brent Critchfield. Ooh, a duo. I wonder if they're brother and sister. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, that was Chicken Little. A little bit of a shorty today because there wasn't much left, but I didn't want to have all of this at the end of the last video or anything like that. Like, I didn't... You gotta space out the videos a little better. I'm sure I could have done a better job splitting them up if I, like, knew what I was doing and whatnot, but... We go with the flow here on the Timbo channel. So yeah, I think I said some of my thoughts about the game generally in the last episode, but I think I came away from this LP with a more positive opinion of this game than I thought. I'm happy to have completed it. This is my first time actually completing the game, so that's cool. I'll probably revisit it again sometime. The first half or so of the game is, childhood vibes. It's gonna take me a little bit longer to get used to the second half. But yeah, I really like the music. Perfect timing, as one of the best songs in the game comes up from the Alien Abbey level. I do think, as I've said before, I don't want to say that there's not enough variety or there's too much variety. It's not really a question of amount. It's more about just the use of all of the different game modes. And I think there are some that overstay their welcome and others that aren't developed enough or like do enough. And just in general, I think in the second half, things get a little repetitive and there's not much variation in what you're doing. It's just kind of a accumulation of everything that you've seen up to that point in a kind of straightforward way. I hope that makes sense. As always, I am not at all a video game guru. I'm not a like really educated person on like game design and just trying to put into words why I think something in a game makes me feel the way I do, or that I have a certain way. Pamela Adlon. Oh shit. Oh, and Zach Braff is the guy. Gary Marshall, Amy Sedaris, Terry Strong, Adam West, Joe White, Steve Zahn. Oh, it is Steve Zahn. So they didn't get Joan Cusack, but they did get Steve Zahn. And they got Gary Marshall. That's pretty cool. And Zach Braff. So it doesn't just sound a lot like Zach Braff. That's cool. But they didn't get Joan Cusack. I guess maybe that's Pamela Adlon. Maybe Pam Adlon plays Abby. I can see that. Pamela Adlon, of course, being the iconic voice of Bobby Hill from King of the Hill, which is pretty cool. I also learned about Avalanche Software, which is the developer of this game. And they don't have that many games, but they were acquired by the gaming arm of Disney in 2005, the year that this came out, after making some Mortal Kombat games, some Rampage games, the Rugrats in Paris game, another Rugrats game, all of the TAC games, and then they made this game after they got... I'm assuming it probably was in development before May of 2005. I can't imagine it, because it came out in like October of 2005. I can't imagine that it just started when they were acquired. And then they made a sequel, Chicken Little Ace in Action, which leans much more heavily into the sci-fi stuff. It's more kind of... It has like third-person shooter segments. It has a lot more spaceship shooting segments. And I'm very bad at it, and it's not really my favorite thing ever. I did play it. I owned it as a kid, and I think I sold it because... Yeah, it just wasn't really my thing at the time. But maybe if I came back to it at some point, then it would be good. They also made the games for Meet the Robinsons, Bolt, Toy Story 3, Cars 2, and then the Disney Infinity games. And then I guess they shit the bed. Or Disney sold them. Now they're Warner Brothers Interactive something. And they're making that fucking Harry Potter game that they announced at the PS5 event. So that's Avalanche Software. I had never heard of it. I always thought that Heavy Iron made this game for some reason, but they did not. Anyway, these are the mini games, which I did not know. I believe at least this one that I tried is multiplayer, and I don't have enough cards to actually show off any of them. I was going to at least try to play the driving one, because that one would be kind of straightforward, but yeah, I don't have a second player. But maybe one day down the road in a stream or in a bonus episode or something, I'll try to go back and get the cards and unlock the mini games. Maybe I can use the cheat codes to unlock the mini games and maybe try to play them with people and check those out, because I think I've played some of them. I kind of remember, but I don't actually remember if I have. Anyway, so that was Chicken Little. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed playing it. I'll probably be doing another licensed game after Tomb Raider and doing some Let's Watches alongside Tomb Raider in the meantime. So see you next time for all that stuff. Thanks for watching, as always.